This is one of my most common requests and a steady, easy moneymaker. The rotted exterior door. These are so common in sheds, laundry rooms, and outdoor water heater closets. They get a solid core door, just like this, and the thing soaks up water and rots. You see that? Solid core door, has wood around the edge, and then it has this compressed wood product. This always happens to these, and people don't know what to do because oftentimes they're smaller. That's not 80 inches, that's about 60. And I said, just tell me the width. They go, well, you know, it's about 32 inches or it's about 28 inches. Most often they're about 24 inches. And that is why I recommend the flush steel door. They call door guys who are like, well, you know, I've never heard of a door that size. And they don't realize you just cut it. Doesn't matter how long it is.
So let's talk about the door that I recommend for these types of jobs. You want to get a residential grade steel door. Here's one at the Home Depot. This happens to be a 6-panel, and as you can see, the locks are already bored. The Home Depot stocks these in 32 by 80 and 36 by 80. I prefer to get a flush steel. It's the same type, but it's flat and it does not have the holes bored. But because they're the same type of manufacturing, I want to use this as an example to show you more about these doors. With these types of steel doors, whatever the listed width is, it's going to be 1/4 inch less. This 32-inch door, for example, is 31 3/4, and they aren't truly 80 inches tall.
And the height is 79. So if you need it to be taller, get a door bottom.
It's also important to know that the sides are wood, and they do leave you about 1/8 inch on each side that you can shave off and remove another 1/4 inch from the door.
So I have planed these things down to get that 1/8 inch off each side.
And even though these are steel, you can still cut them because it's only a steel skin. The interior is just injected foam, and it has this composite piece on the bottom, which is about 3/4 of an inch tall. You can cut these with a circular saw. You need a new framing blade because it has to be sharp, or you can use a metal cutting blade on your saw, but wear face protection because the little bits of metal really fly off and hit you. Now again, Home Depot only stocks these in 32 and 36 and only with the 6-panel. If you want a flush door or something less than 32, it'll be a special order. Now for this job, I bought a flush door because his opening is only 60 inches. So I didn't want to buy a door that was pre-bored. And this is only 32 inches wide, so it's 31 3/4, and I can cut it to 60 inches tall.
So you see it's 31 3/4. That's why I just have the client measure the door. I said, just tell me the width of the door. He'll say, well, you know, it's not quite. It's like 31 5/8 or 31 3/4. And I know a 32-inch door is going to fit here. Also had him send me a picture of it. And I know that when you have like these sheds and things like that, you can always modify that jamb a little bit, move things around if you need to. I know these cost $230. So I tell them, look, the door's $250 and my labor is X. And you just fill in X. And I know I'm just gonna pop this door off. I'm gonna take the new door, cut the bottom, put on a door bottom so it doesn't rust, and hang this thing. Be in and out of here, easy peasy, and they'll have a door that'll last forever. Keep in mind that one of the most important elements about getting these jobs is the confidence you convey on the call. So they're calling people, they've called a handyman or something, and he's like, what length is the door? It's 63. Well, let me check around, see if I can find a door that doesn't reek confidence. They send the photo, they say it's 32 inches wide. I say, great, gonna get you a flush steel door, install that thing. It'll take me a week to get the door. We install it next Wednesday. Here's the price. They're like, whoa, Wow, sounds like you know what you're doing. Yes, I do, because I do this all the time.
So once you've got the job and the door, all you have to do is follow the steps in my video, how to install a door in 17 steps. This one didn't even take 17 steps. This thing was so easy, I practically just threw it on there.
Just had to cut the bottom, and whenever I'm cutting the bottom of a steel door, I always include a door bottom. And because there's no threshold, I don't need the rubber piece on there, but that'll protect the bottom of the door. And only need 2 hinges since it's such a small door, and these are very light also. And I always carry some stop. I just replaced the stop. They just had this junky thin stuff, so didn't really need to, but it's a nicer look. And this is so easy to do. There it is.
The reason I call this the money maker is because I get so many calls for these from people who have a side door on the back of their house or a shed or a garage, but most often it's a water heater closet, and the doors are odd sizes and they always rot and fall apart and they never know what to do and no one knows how to help them. The steel door is the solution. They love it. Here's a perfect example. Look at the bottom of this door. It's a solid core door. It soaked up water, it rotted, fell apart. Now they need a new one. You don't want to just get the same thing. You get the flush steel door, but you don't want to buy a custom door that has vents in it. You buy the vents separately at Home Depot and then just cut holes in the door. It's so easy. Here's another perfect example. Water heater closet. They don't even have a door here. And I actually ripped out the old frame and put in that new framing. Then just buy a steel door, install it, and get it working. Then go to Home Depot, buy some vents, then cut a hole in the door using a jigsaw, and then just screw the vents right over it. You've got a perfect vented door that will last forever. I could show you dozens of photos of all the jobs that I've done. And people are so happy when you do this. They say, Pete, I can't believe this. Nobody thought of this. This is fantastic. I love the new door. It's so easy, guys. Learn how to do these, so go out and name your price.